So hello and welcome to the Potted RV. If you're new here, welcome back. If you're returning, I said that backwards. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. My name is Constance, and I do a small space garden connected to our RV. I'm going to move this around just a little bit so you can see some of it. Can't go too far, but it stretches all the way around, and it's been a very important part of my journey, especially after my son was born. So I wanted to touch on a little bit of the garden itself, and then we'll sit down and have a bit of a discussion on how the garden and YouTube itself has actually improved my mental focus and hopefully if you're struggling in the same capacity or even in a different capacity but just struggling and you watch this, you'll realize that sometimes when we get into a wrong state mentally, we just need to find something that we focus on that isn't life granting, but is in a different way. It's hard to explain. Gardens are, you gain something from it. You do need them for life if you're trying to go self-sufficient, but at the same time, there are grocery stores. So, more just to focus on them rather than your everyday struggles that we all go through. And so I wanted to do a little bit of a video on that, the mental strain that comes along with it. Mine has been a pretty rocky road. So I guess come along with me and we'll go into the hard parts as well as the wonderful parts. There is always something wonderful if you look closely enough. Anyway, I'm going to bring you around to see some of this. I discussed this in Monday's video. This was given to me by my aunt. It was made by her brother, my uncle. The blades broke, so I have to fix those, and we're going to put a door on it, and I'm going to paint it, so I'm pretty happy about that. We'll go ahead and look into a little bit of it, and we'll be right back. So just a quick walkthrough. I know Monday we did a major walkthrough, and that's perfectly fine. And just a quick walkthrough on, this is my favorite part, even though strawberries look so rough. It is my favorite part. But it is what it is, and it has brought a lot of joy in my life. My life has been a bit of a strain, and everybody's has been in some capacity these last few years. Mine has been less to do with political or financial issues and more to do with recovering from pregnancy and delivery and what it's done, particularly a complicated pregnancy. I had a very complicated pregnancy. I had my son at 38. I got pregnant at 37. And I am now 41. There are things just due to the age I was that complicated it, but I also had a lot of other issues on top of just age-related. I would not change that for the world. God blessed me with the most beautiful baby in the whole world, and I'm very, very happy for that blessing. But I had a lot of mental and health issues that came along with it that I'm still struggling with. And this garden has been a part of my healing. And doing the YouTube channel that documented and still documents both the successes and failures of this garden has been a big part of that. A very big part of it. I didn't expect the cat to immediately start telling me that as soon as I sat down, that she needed to come over here. That she's sitting over there and she's about to come over here because she saw me sat down. That's what she does. Anyway, I've been really proud of it, even with all of the mistakes I've seen. For a first year in an entirely new climate, entirely new. I want to say flora and fauna, but some of it's not entirely new to me as far as the local area. But the entirely new set of pests and pest pressures, to me, it's been a really, really remarkable journey. And one I'm glad I can look back on. And I'm glad I've done this YouTube channel in order to look back on it, as well as in order to show others its progression. I don't hide my success. I don't hide my failures. I don't hide my successes. Um, that was the whole point in doing this channel. I wanted to show that even with a great deal of experience, we don't always have successes. We don't always have failures. There's always, I should say, there's always failures in all honesty, no matter how skilled you are. Um, my aunt lives in another state. She's had a lot of ups and downs this year, and she has quite a bit more experience gardening than I do. It's just been one of those years where, in my case, I've moved locations entirely. In the Sonoran Desert, there's actually, by comparison, far less pest pressure, and I had forgotten that. It's been an amazing journey, and I really, really, really recommend anybody that wants to feel comfortable and secure with their food, or just have a quiet place of contemplation. Flower gardens, gardens of any kind, fruit and vegetable gardens, they're well worth it. Especially in my case where I do have depression issues pretty seriously, especially after my son was born. I really have depression issues. So it's been a journey, and one I'm proud of. It's helped me mentally find myself again and feel like myself, especially with the level of health issues I've had since the birth of my son. Especially when it comes to my weight. My weight's been a hard one. I had been very close to an ideal weight, in very good shape when I got pregnant with my son. I had a very complicated pregnancy, and then after he was born, my depression, that postpartum depression really did me in. Then I also developed postpartum preeclampsia, and I still, almost 3 years later, still have complications from that, which has caused me to be afraid in a lot of ways to go back to the level of fitness training I had done before I was pregnant with him, because I'm afraid to strain my heart. My gardening and refocusing on something other than my son and my husband, and the same process that's still providing something for them, has helped me a lot in not letting myself forget that I still matter to me too. It's something that I don't like to talk about much, but I'm glad I did it as far as the YouTube channel, because I have been able to see both my mental health improve as well as watch the journey in my garden all together. But when I get down to it, most of all, it's been learning to love myself again. Um, that's been a hard one. It has, especially given the fact that when I look in the mirror, I don't see me, because I don't know how to explain it. But and I want to thank those that have supported me in this. Uh, it does matter. Um, I really do appreciate it, and I guess I'm going to end this here. And but I figured it would be a good idea to sit down and talk about what this set of gardens have done for me, and hopefully you enjoy it too. Anyways, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.